they were putting down? Okay, cool. And Frank was receiving. Here we go. Go ahead.
All right. Hello, Arcadia. I'm not sure which camera I'm looking at, but I'll look in a distance. My name is Mr. Vo. I am the activities director here at Arcadia High School. And welcome to our live stream of the All-School Assembly. Now, in a normal year, this will be the first time that we have the entire school all together in the stadium to celebrate the beginning of a new academic year while also remembering the events of 9/11. As we all know, nothing about this year is normal, and we were forced to adjust. Adjusting is an uncomfortable but inevitable truth that everyone faces as they get older. Adjusting to new teachers, new school, new friends, new jobs. With every new situation we're put in, our initial response is to dislike it. We're afraid of the new, being uncomfortable. We like routine and knowing what to expect. It's comfortable. Our world has become increasingly more comfortable. Awkward silence, let me pull out my phone. I'm hungry, Uber Eats it is. About to lose a video game? Let me reset the console before it saves to memory. But growth doesn't come from comfort and ease. Think back to when you first started middle school, the first time trying out for a soccer team, the first time you're trying to speak in public, first time trying to hold hand with that special somebody. It was awkward. The stress of that uncomfortable situation was so great that potentially you never attempted it again. I hope that wasn't the case. Realistically, I hope one of these other two situations happened. You crushed it. You found out you were really good at it, and you kept at it because you liked the praise. The other situation that probably happened was you weren't so good at it, but it made you kind of bothered, kind of upset. You persisted. You practiced. You practiced speaking in front of a mirror. You practiced that coordinated dribble to make sure that it's automatic. The point of all I'm trying to say right now is that right now you are arguably in the most uncomfortable stage of your life. You're worried about your academic success, your athletic success, your social success. All this while still trying to find out your identity, what your interests are, what your passions are, your potential career pursuits. If I have one advice, I would say try everything right now. Join that club that you happened to see yesterday, or maybe you'll see today at lunch. Try out for that academic team. Talk to that kid who's really nervous about talking just like you are. Ask that person to homecoming. Don't be afraid to fail. And fail hard. But learn and grow from those situations. It'll suck, I'm not gonna lie about that. It won't feel good, but I promise you'll learn something new about yourself. If I asked any of you about the last test or quiz that you took, that you did great on, and I asked you like what were the correct answers that you got right, I guarantee you wouldn't remember. But if I asked you about that one question you got wrong, I'm pretty sure that's committed to memory. Through failure is where we grow and learn how to deal with these new stresses, ultimately becoming a better version of ourselves. So don't be afraid. While I talk about adjusting and being uncomfortable with being comfortable with being uncomfortable, I can't help but think about the heroes standing next to me today. Today we have representatives from the Arcadia Fire Department, Marines, and Army. Day in and day out, they do the work to keep us safe. Without hesitation, they run towards dangerous situations to help others. On September 11, 2001, long before most of you guys were even born, when the tragic events happened in New York, Washington, D.C., and Pennsylvania, they did just that. On that day, we lost 2,977 Americans, more than 300 of those individuals being firefighters, police officers, and servicemen who came to people's aid. When planning this event, we hear whispers from students about how this assembly always feels kind of disconnected. The idea of celebrating the beginning of a new academic year while simultaneously remembering one of the most horrible events to ever happen on US soil. And I would disagree. I'd argue that the best way to honor the fallen is to live life with purpose and being unafraid. Now more than ever, it's important to remember that when those heroes decided to help, they didn't care about the age, the gender, the ethnicity, or political affiliation of the people harmed in the attacks. All they knew was that people needed help and they responded. We should remember them by being more kind to each other, regardless of our differences. We should honor them by fully embracing the newness of each day. Today and every day after, appreciate the opportunities you have to grow. With all this said, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to remember those that were lost on 9/11. Thank you. I'd like to now ask everyone to please rise for the presentation of colors by the Marines, as well as the performance of the national anthem by our chanteurs. I'd like to invite Brianna Hui, our ASB president, to speak to you guys now.
Good afternoon, Arcadia High School students, staff, faculty, school board members, and district administration. Tomorrow will mark the 20th year since the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Center. In order to properly exhibit remembrance of this tragic event, it is important to acknowledge the individuals who sacrificed their lives to save others. These individuals include many first responders and both the unfortunate victims and civilians that survived. There was great loss, confusion, and pain as a result of the terrorist acts. As time moves us further away from the tragic event, it's important to recognize and highlight how we, as a country, responded. Instead of regressing, complaining, or allowing our collective psyche to dip, we banded together as a national community to help each other heal. Today, we have been dealt with another blow to our perception of normalcy. The COVID-19 pandemic has worked to divide us, but we've been fighting back together. Similar to the 9/11 attack, our national community and identity has been challenged. But at the same time, an opportunity is available for us to strengthen ourselves as a community and as a whole. This is only possible through our efforts in unity. Our strength in being united allows us to get through anything and to push through the most unprecedented situations. In the past year, we have all experienced so much change, be it quarantine, online learning, or any situation. The real challenge was creating a new normal or integrating our former normal into a confined space. While today we are moving back to our previous normal, it is not a complete return. Our task is to continue to build up our community here at AHS and to celebrate the fact that we are all here. Despite the change in atmosphere in our learning environment, being back to school has allowed us to see our friends and cherish everything around us. I want to emphasize that through the pandemic, I personally learned that we should never take anything for granted and to enjoy every moment in life. Whether that be from just having simple conversations with friends or putting yourself out there, make sure you take every opportunity offered because that's what allows us to live our lives and not regret anything. Don't be afraid to speak up, don't be afraid to have fun, and don't be afraid to take risks. Change is a constant thing that is occurring, but through these changes, we need to take our experiences and use it to improve ourselves and the world around us. Finally, I want to emphasize the importance of 1, being kind to yourself, and 2, showing kindness to others. I say this because in order for everyone to grow, we must accept our mistakes and support each other to do better. Everything is a learning experience, and things will always look up no matter the situation. If we continue to work on showing and expressing kindness, we are a collection of strong individuals, but our collective strength and solidarity is even greater. As we continue to remember 9/11, let us never forget that it was our collective strength and solidarity that moved us forward. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce Ms. Dillman, our principal.
Thank you, Brianna. Good morning. Thank you for joining together in respectful memory of the events that occurred 20 years ago on September 11th, 2001. And a very special thank you to the members of the military and our Arcadia first responders that are here with us today. We are deeply grateful for your service to our nation and our community. As a nation, like all nations around the world, we have faced adversity, obstacles, and even tragedy. As individuals, we have faced these things in our own lives. We are all shaped by events and circumstances, some in our control and some beyond. What we do have control over is how we respond to adversity and how we take care of ourselves and each other through difficult times. Each school year feels like a fresh start to me. It's time to reflect about what I hope to do differently this year and where I can improve, not just as a principal, but as a person. I ask you to join me in this effort, to look within and examine our thoughts and actions and ask if we are being part of making our lives, our school community, and our world a little bit or a lot better. Each of us has the power and the opportunity to be a force for positive change. And doing what's right starts with each of us as individuals while we support each other as a community. In Arcadia, we strive to inspire and challenge our students to make a positive and profound impact on our world. With the support of our entire community, our school board, our superintendent, all of our staff members, students, and parents, we must prepare you to face tremendous challenges and to fix the problems in our society that we're still trying to fix. Each day, I'm inspired to work alongside the students and staff of Arcadia High School. You are intelligent, creative, and driven, but you are also kind and deeply passionate about the causes close to your heart. When I think of our student body, I see over 3,000 unique individuals with hopes and dreams of your own and your own vision of your future and your path toward it. You have had many similar experiences, but you're not all the same. Value our own special individuality and the individuality you see around you. Respect, acknowledge, and celebrate our differences and seek out ways that we can come together. We can have different beliefs and ideas that, when woven together, make up the beautiful fabric of this diverse community. If we can do that, if we can truly listen to each other and respect each other, then we can make a tremendous positive impact. I look forward to a great school year with each and every one of you. Now, please enjoy the alma mater.
All right. Thank you guys all for being here today, virtually and in person. That concludes our all-school assembly. I wish you guys all the best school year. And again, try everything that we have to offer. Bye.